Right folks, and welcome to the channel, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Liquid Death Snare from Purified. So let's check this out. So yeah, this is the Liquid Death Snare, and when you load it up, this is exactly how it comes. On the top here you've got Purified, so there's all your details in there. There's your presets, and then you can have two different settings, so you can A/B them, and then you can have the UI itself at different sizes going all the way down to there, which for my old eyes is not very good, all the way up to 125%. And then the question mark just brings you to the manual. Underneath that you've got your MIDI mapping, so the standard rim shots go to D1, flams E1, and multi-velocities to F1, but you can change them to whatever you want. But I think that they're the most common used ones in general MIDI. And then you've got the snare in the middle, which you just tap it, you can hear it. That sort of gives you a rim shot. Right, and then here you've got tuning, but what I do like about this is that it's not a pitch shift tuning. I've spoken to Samuel over at Purified, and I've watched his video, and from what he said, these are actual recordings of separate tunings rather than it being a pitch shifter, which I think is pretty cool. And then underneath there you've got a one shot, where you're just getting one shot, you're not getting round robins. And then underneath that you've got faders for the different microphones that you use. So you've got a top mic, a bottom mic, one on the shell. You've got U47, which is a little bit further away. I think that's an overhead close mic, and then a far mic. And you can solo them or mute different ones, whatever you please. And you can also have each mic going out of a separate output. And then there's your master out and a meter. Like I say, that's as it comes. So tuners go from high C, C3, to the low tuning, which is just C, which is quite a beefy snare. I've sort of tended to have it round about sort of G sharp, round about these sort of tunings, depending on the song. There is a song I did use this on. It was a pop punk style song that I did for Jenny Sin for her channel, and I think I had it tuned to round about E, I think it was, just to make the snare pop a little bit more. But for my personal stuff that I write, I sort of have it more sort of round here. And like I say, you can solo each individual mic. So that's the top, the bottom, the shell, the U47, the OHS, the close mic, and the far mic. Now at the minute that's just going to the master fader, and there's no processing on the actual strip itself. I've just loaded this up onto a separate track. Oh, let's go back, let's go to the beat, and we'll have a look at some of these presets, or the factory presets. This is the Sampure all microphones. We'll only have a look at a few of these. Close microphones, and murder your snare. Yeah. I'll have a listen to a couple of the artist ones. Oh, The Godfather. Like that. That's a nice beefy snare. That would be definitely to my taste. One more in here. The Randy LaBeouf. Yeah, I could see that one helping cut through a mix. So a few of them have been added. There has been an update since I got this. I've listened to a couple of the iconic series a lot. I think most of these are new on the update. So you've got Blink 182, Paramore, one more, Tom Petty. So yeah, sounds pretty cool. So I've got it set up on a track here. On this first example, I'm using it in conjunction with Ugritone drums, and I'm using the Dirty Haldor from the Modern Doom pack. So this is how I've got it set up, and we'll have a listen to what it's like with just the drums on their own. Got it set up as two separate channels. How I've done it on this example is I've got the top and then all these others, the shell, the U47, the OHS, the close and the far going out of one channel, and I've got the snare bottom going out of a separate channel, so I can just process them separately. Now all I've got on there is I've got the sats and bus just to add some saturation, some transient shaper, and then a channel strip, which just adding a little bit of saturation, bit of compression, filters, and some EQ. On the bottom mic, same sats and bus, and the same channel strip, same again, just some filters, bit of saturation, and obviously with it being a bottom snare, all I'm using it for is that really top end sizzle, so I've filtered everything out below 800 hertz, just a tiny amount of EQ and some compression. I'll play that through again with just the drums, intermittently bypassing the Liquid Snare. Let's see what it sounds like in the mix, and then I'm going to do the same again, just intermittently bypass the Liquid Snare. So that's one example, and let's have a look at another quick example. This time we're using ML drums from ML Sound Lab, but this time I'm doing things a little bit differently. All the microphones on separate channels, so I can process them slightly differently. Just show you the settings in the actual plugin itself, as where I've got the faders for this one, and as you can see, I've got it to G sharp. I've just got the drums soloed out. Same again, I'll intermittently bypass this and then we'll show it in a full mix. And this is the full mix. So there's two examples with other MIDI drums, but how well does it work with real drums? Let's have a look. Right, so this time we've got it with some real drums. This was the original snare. As you can see, I've captured the MIDI and transferred it onto a separate track there and loaded Liquid Death up on there. So these are the settings I've got it on there. Now, because this is a real kit, I've just got it going through one output because there's already a bottom snare mic. So there's no need for much bottom snare in there at all, and having it on a separate output. I've got everything going through the one output. So we'll do the same again. I've got the drums soloed out, and then we'll intermittently bypass the Liquid Death Snare. Now, I've not done this as a total replacement. This is just to enhance the original snare. And same again in the context of a full mix. So there you go, it works with acoustic drums as well. That was the Liquid Death Snare from Purified. What do I think about this thing? Does it get the wizard seal of approval, or does it get the finger of doom? Yeah, definitely gets the wizard seal of approval. I've been using this for 2 or 3 months now. At the minute of the recording of this video, you can still get this for free. How many licenses are left free before he starts charging? I don't know. So looking on the website, it's going to be £33, which I don't think is too bad. So is it a competitor to Slate Trigger? Yeah, I think it is. And I won't say you've just got that one sample, because you've got all them different tunings without having to mess about loading different samples, in which I think is pretty good. I mean, I have got Slate Trigger and I do use it. I may even do a mix where I use both Slate Trigger and this, but with whatever drums, whether that be MIDI drums or a real drum kit. And you've got plenty of options in there to play with. Like I say, you've got all them different tunings. So if you want to beef up a slightly tuned up snare, ringy snare, or if you just want your snare to cut through a little bit, and you've got all these options down here for different mics. If you just want to use the top and bottom mic, or whether you want to add these to add a bit of ambience as well. But I'll leave a link to the Purified website where you can download this from. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the description. And if you want to grab yourself some Evil Wizard merch,
there's a link to the merch store down in the description.
But that's all from me, folks.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that video. You can follow me on social media, and you can get my music online. And if you want to support the channel, there's Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal links. They're all down in the description. Click up here to subscribe and click the link down there for videos that you may not have seen. Keep it loud and keep it heavy.